5. Counseling the wayward student. One professor's wise approach. A certain college professor was loved like a father by his students. One day he invited a student who had been leading an irregular life to his house and spoke to him as follows. These days, do you ever call your parents or write to them? Sometimes. How many times a month? Once or twice. Very good. What kind of things do you tell them? I call them when I need money, came the shamefaced answer. Nothing wrong with that. When you're short of money, it's better to rely on your parents than to borrow from friends. Is that all you tell them in your letters and phone calls, that you need cash? Yes, said the student, squirming. The professor sat up straight, a deep light shining in his eyes. Here's why I called you over today. I want you to write to your parents once a week from now on. Tell them anything, that you got up early, that you had cereal for breakfast, or pizza for lunch, or Chinese takeout for dinner. Any little thing will do, but tell them all about it, will you? The student had such respect for the professor that he did as told without stopping to think about the underlying meaning of the request. His parents, having never heard anything from their son but pleas for money, had been worried about him. Now they could relax, and they were overjoyed. They in turn began to write to him and call from time to time with news about home, and now and then they would send him treats. The student had been partying hard, but because he couldn't always lie about his behavior, he slowly changed. Once he understood how much his parents cared about him, he began to study harder. In this way, a student with a bad reputation settled down and began to lead a simple, wholesome life, all because of the professor's wise tactic. Okay, very heartwarming story about how encountering a good teacher, a good person in life, which we call it in Buddhism, a good condition, can transform our lives completely. So this student, like so many young people in their 20s, all he was doing was just partying hard, leading an irregular life. And when the professor talked to him very gently, yeah, this is what I think Lori was talking about, how we can model compassion and model with compassion. That means when we want somebody to know something, we need to tell them with compassion. Yeah, if we say it to them harshly, very strictly, they feel kind of scolded by us and they close their hearts. They will lose that motivation to do the good deed. So instead, we can model with compassion, with a gentle tone of voice, with a smile on our face. And that seems like what the professor did. And yeah, and the student, because he had a lot of respect for the professor, he couldn't ignore what the professor was saying. So we can also understand the relationship here between the student and the professor. How much respect is there? How much trust is there? And yeah, so writing, especially to our parents, it's a very good deed. Generally speaking, uh, if you receive something, it's very good to write a thank you card. It's a Buddhist practice of cultivating gratitude and taking that gratitude to the next level. So it's very good to say thank you, I appreciate you. That's very good, of course. But if we want to take it to the next level, we can always send a card as well, because it takes more effort to send a card. You have to buy the stamp, either go to the post office or mail it, find the mailing box. So it's not like digital things. We have to put in more effort, and more effort means more good results, more happiness, and more of our thoughts and feelings get conveyed to that person that we are expressing our gratitude to. And that's what happened, because parents were worried about their son so much. The son would only ask about money. But once he wrote about himself, and once we write down, also we can raise our expectations of how much we are capable of doing. So we want to live up to that expectation that we place on ourselves by writing. So the student couldn't lie so much that, when he wrote down that, yeah, he's been studying, he's going to bed early, wakes up early, he does exercise, this and that, he had to follow through. So once we write it down, it's as if, like, it's not exactly set in stones, but it's a little bit different level of solidifying our determination and resolution. And so we can practice the 6 parameters to a whole different level. So good job, everyone, for being here, practicing together. Today's Friday, so we're going to have the Purpose and Meaning Lab at 3 p.m. Pacific time, and also Morita Sense's advanced group session at 5 p.m. And have a wonderful end of your week. Bye.